For this project, I'm using a size J 6mm crochet hook and Red Heart Super Saver. You can use any 4-ply yarn that you want. You want to start with a slip knot and a chain of 4. Then you want to slip stitch into the first chain to form a ring. And you want to chain 3. And that's going to count as a double crochet. And you want to go through the ring and do 11 more. Counting this one will be 12 total double crochets through the ring. 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you get 12, counting that chain 3, you want to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 to close that round out. Now you want to chain 3 again. And now we're going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So we want to go back into the same stitch and do a double, because counting that chain 3, that would be 2 in that stitch. And then we want to just go around, putting 2 double crochets in every stitch. All the way back to your starting point. Okay, when you make it back around, slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. Close that round out. Now we need to do a chain 3. And then in the next stitch, we'll do 2 double crochets. When we do 2 double crochets in a stitch, that's called the increase stitch. So the next one is going to have 1. And then the next one will have 2. It'll be the increase. 1 in the next. And then 2 in the next, the increase. So you just want to repeat that pattern all the way back to the beginning. Okay, I made it back around again. And you want to go ahead and slip stitch again to the top of your chain 3. Then we want to chain 3 again. And then we want to put 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then 2 into the next. That'll be our increase stitch. And then 1 in the next. 1 in the next. And then 2 in the next. So we're doing 2, this round's 2 double crochets in between each increase stitch, all the way around. Okay, to that round you want to chain 3. Now this time we're going to be doing 3 double crochets in between each increase. So that chain 3 counts as the first one. And you do 2 more. And then the next stitch we'll have 2 double crochets in the same stitch. And then 3 double crochets in a row. And then the increase in the next stitch. 2 of them in the same stitch. And you just want to repeat that pattern all the way back around. Okay, I made it back around again after that row. Slip stitch into my chain 3. Chain 3 again. Now this time around, it's going to be 4 double crochets in between each increase. And then the increase. So there's 4 and then the increase. And I'm going to do that all the way around. And this is how it's going to work for till we get the width that we want our circle. This row right here has 4 double crochets in between each increase. The next row is going to have 5 double crochets between the increase. The next round will have 6 in between the increase, and 7, and so on and so on. So you just want to repeat that after every round. Is going to have one more in between the increase, and we're doing 4 right now, so the next one will be 5, and so on and so on. And I'm not quite sure how wide I'm going to make my bag, so I'm going to keep going, and I'll let you know in a minute how wide I get it. Okay, I made it back around, and I did a total of 10 rows, 10 rounds altogether. And I believe you can make yours bigger if you wanted to. If you want to add a few more rows, it'd be fine. And I went ahead and slip stitched into the chain 3. Now what I want to do is I want to go around it with a row of slip stitches. And this is what we're going to attach the ruffle to. So after you slip stitch into your chain 3 to close that last round off, do a chain 1. And then we're just going to go around the whole project doing a slip stitch in each stitch. And you can kind of loosely slip stitch it because you're going to have to work in the slip stitches later. So you don't want them to be real tight. And that's what it'll start to look like. You can see the slip stitch on the outside. So just go ahead and do that all the way back around to the beginning. I made it around. After that row of slip stitches, you can see it there on the outside. And then you just want to slip stitch into the first slip stitch that you made. And then we're going to chain 1. And now we're going to go around the entire circle with a row of single crochet. And we don't want to put it in the row of slip stitches. Right on top of them is where you want to put them. And it's going to be, sometimes it's hard to see, but if you look, like the slip stitches in front, right on top of it, behind it, is the stitch you want to go into. Like that. Do a single crochet. So slip stitches right here, turn it up, and right here is where you want to go into. The next one, here's a slip stitch. Right back here is where you want to go into. Here's the slip stitch we did earlier. We want to go into the stitch on top of it. Slip stitch right on top of it. Slip stitch right on top of it. Here's a slip stitch. Here's the one you want to go into right on top of it. Once you get to going, you'll be able to see the stitches better. Here's a slip stitch. You just want to go right on top of it. That way, when you go on top of it, you can still see, here's our row of slip stitches right here. And this is our row of single crochet. We want these to be visible because we're going to go into them later and attach the ruffle to them. And we needed them to be on the outside to do that. So just go around the bag here, do it in one single crochet in the stitch on top of the slip stitches. We don't want to go into the slip stitches. We want to make sure they're still there. Just like that. All the way around back to the beginning. Okay, I made it back around after my row of single crochet, and I just slip stitch into the first chain 1 that we made, and I close that round off. Now we're going to do a row of single crochet decreases, and that's going to gather the bag up and make it look like a bag and not just a flat circle. So once you slip stitch, you want to chain 1 again, and now we're going to do single crochet decreases in every stitch around. So you want to go into the next stitch, grab a yarn and drop a loop, and then you want to go into the next one, grab a yarn, drop a loop. 3 loops will be on your hook. You yarn over and go through all 3, and that's a single crochet decrease. So you want to go to the next stitch and drop a loop, and then the next stitch after that, drop a loop, 3 on your hook, yarn over and go through all 3. What that's doing is taking 2 stitches and making them into 1. You want to go into the next stitch, drop a loop, and the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3 loops on your hook. And then you want to go to the next, drop a loop, next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And that's what we're going to be doing the whole way around. And you want to make sure you don't go into the same stitch twice, because it starts to pull real tight in it. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but go into the next one, drop a loop, next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And I always pull my yarn kind of tight and try to make my stitches as tight as I can. So you just want to repeat that. 1 single crochet decrease. We're just doing it in every stitch. Just like that. All the way back around. Okay, I made it around after that row decreases. Now all we're going to do is go around it doing 1 single crochet in every stitch. So you finish the row of decreases, and then you just continue around at your starting point, doing 1 single crochet in each stitch. And this is going to form the top part of the bag, the little brim part, and you can make that as thick as you want by just doing rounds of single crochet. So I'm just going to keep going around and around, and you can put a stitch marker at your starting point if you want, if you have a hard time remembering where you started and where you stopped. But otherwise, just keep going around and around, and just do however many rows you want. I'll let you know in just a second how many rows of single crochet I do. I did 5 rows of single crochet after that row of decreases. You can do more if you want, or less, it's up to you. After I made it around with putting 3 double crochets in each stitch, then I'm just doing rows of 1 double crochet in each stitch. So I did the 3, and then I went around once, putting 1 double crochet in each stitch, and then I'm working on my second row of putting 1 double crochet in each stitch. Just like this. Oh. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row out. So in the end I'll have 1 row with the 3 doubles and 2 rows with just 1 double in each stitch. And then I'm going to tie off. Okay, I got my rows of ruffles done, and you can always do more if you like. I'm going to go around the top part here with an edging, and I'm going to go around the ruffles with an edging too. So I'm going to start with the slip knot. Okay, you need to start anywhere you want at the top. I'm going to start back here so I can hide this tail here. Okay, you just start off by pulling slip stitch through that knot on your hook. Okay. Chain 1. Okay, we're going to single crochet in the next stitch, and we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to come right back down into the single crochet and slip stitch like that. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch like that. I'm going to chain 3, come right back down into the single crochet again and slip stitch. And I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch and then single crochet into the next. And that's putting this little edging on it. Chain 3. Come back down into the single crochet again, the top part of it. Slip stitch. So I gotta use my fingers like that. And then single crochet into the next stitch and single crochet into the next. So it's gonna work something like that. Chain 3, right back down into the single crochet. We're not going down here, we're going up at the top here. And slip stitching. And then single crochet into the next stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, chain 3, back down in here to the single crochet, slip stitch, single crochet, and single crochet. And that's what I'm going to do the whole way around. And I'm going to do it on the ruffles too. Okay, once you make it around to the end here, all you want to do to finish it off is slip stitch into that first, chain 1, and then you can tie it off. Start with the slip knot on your hook, and you can start anywhere you want on the ruffle and slip stitch through that slip knot on your hook. Chain 1, go into the next stitch, single crochet, chain 3, go back into the single crochet and slip stitch, and then single crochet into the next stitch, and then the next stitch, chain 3, go back in, 2, single crochet and slip stitch, single crochet in the next, single crochet. So I'm just doing the same thing that I did up here all the way around my ruffles. Okay, I went around the top here and the bottom with this edging. I still got a little bit more to do here, but I'm going to show you the handles. Now you can put any kind of handle that you want on here. That's completely up to you. I mean, I just showed you how to do the main portion of the bag, and you can change it any way you want. But I just put 2 small handles on it. What I did was I made the chain for as long as I wanted it. I did a chain of 46, and then I did single crochet in the second stitch from the hook on my chain, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch. And then I just sewed them on. I just folded my bag in half, and I sewed them in the same spots, opposite each other. And that's it. It's really cute. It turned out really nice. I like it a lot. You can see it. I'll put a picture of it up at the end of the video. But I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can always get a message every time I post a new tutorial. Don't forget to check out my other tutorials too. I have a whole bunch of bags and purses. And if you could come over and like my Facebook page too, and you can post all your crochet items on there so everybody can see. And until next time, have a good night.